I feel like I was put on earth to teach people about drifting and grow drifting.
Thank you again for always watching my content. I appreciate you. It means the world to me. Without you guys, I wouldn't have anything. Today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp because having a safe space to be vulnerable with judgment is a major life cheat code. Therapy has changed my life in a lot of ways. It's helped with my relationship. It's helped with past work stress, if you know what I mean. And it even helps with... Anyway, let's move on. There are literally no cons to it. I feel like it's helped me become a better partner, a better father, and it basically has made me hold myself accountable for pretty much all of my actions. Don't cut back to the hood clip. Everyone knows that therapy is great for solving problems, but it turns out therapy kind of has issues of its own, kind of like finding a therapist. That part's really hard. So that was one of the major issues for me, fitting it into your busy schedule, getting to the office, and of course, the cost. The cost of therapy. BetterHelp is a cheat code for starting therapy. It's convenient, it's built around your schedule, and surprisingly pretty affordable. All you have to do is start by filling out a brief questionnaire to be matched with a licensed therapist that fits your needs and your preferences. And one of the best parts about it is you can connect with them by phone, by video, by chat, or messaging. And if you're not comfortable with the therapist you receive, you can change at any point, no additional cost. BetterHelp has also proven to be just as effective as in-person therapy. So it's a great solution for people who want to start therapy with a little bit less hassle. And there's a reason that 4 million people have turned to BetterHelp for mental health support. If you want to try it, make sure to visit betterhelp.com/Hertlife or choose Hertlife during sign up to get a special discount off your first month of therapy. Take care of it. All right, so one of my oldest friends has built one of the craziest drift cars that we've seen in quite some time. He's also a Formula Drift champion, and he's just an overall madman. I don't really know where he gets his him from. Like, where do you get your him from?
I just do me. I don't worry about anybody else.
Chelsea Denofa, ladies and gentlemen. And we have this pretty insane Porsche drift car. We're at Road America, but you brought it here to drift.
That's right.
What is this? Tell me why first.
So why is, I'm like a suspension nerd and a chassis nerd, and this chassis is like, to me, the best for drifting. Even if it was like front engine, it would still be really, really good.
So what does that mean? Like Porsche makes the best cars? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not a big brand guy. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as like I would drive a Kia if it had the same suspension and stuff as this. So basically really long trailing arms, really linear rear suspension, which makes the car easy to drive and easy to activate grip.
Right.
And then front steer for the front rack, and really stiff and rigid chassis. The wheelbase is like 100-ish on these stock, and this one's about 103, so it's good wheelbase length. Just overall, they look sick. Like I always try to start with a car that looks sick, except my Fox body, you know. So that way I don't have to do a wide body. I don't have to do a body kit. I don't have to do anything. It's just, this is stock. It just has side skirts.
You just fired crazy shots at your people.
What? The Fox body thing? Nah, like the Fox body is cool, but it's not like drift car cool. Like you got to do stuff to it to make it cool.
For sure.
And like if you didn't know, it just looks like Grandpa made a wrong turn when I pull onto track.
So let's rewind a little bit.
Yeah.
Year, make, model, because I don't know anything about Porsches.
Yep.
I'm not a Porsche guy. I don't yearn for them. And it's not, I don't dislike them.
Yeah.
They just, you know, my pockets don't allow me to dig into.
You'd say
into
that,
the,
but you know, I've seen your pockets and how many motors you've been through this year. You maybe could have bought a Porsche. Are we done? Are we done? Should I leave?
There's no way. There's no way. This is about you, not me, all right, buddy?
Okay, so you can buy, this is a 2018 Cayman 2.5 turbo, so not a GT4. It's faking the funk with the body kit. It's just factory OEM body on it for GT4. But you can buy this chassis in a 986 or 987, which a 986 Boxster is like $3,000.
That's kind of
running.
wild. That's kind of wild.
Driving. And you can bolt all this stuff that I did suspension-wise to that car. So it's old school technology.
So I can go buy a $3,000 Porsche and make it feel like this car.
I mean, it won't have as much power, but yeah.
How much power does this make?
So this makes right at about 400 wheel, 400 torque. I have hopes to have it at 525 very soon to turn it up. But we're just fighting a couple little things and learning some things about it.
Stock motor, stock ECU.
Stock engine, stock ECU, Ragdoll Motorsports like billet turbo, and their pump as well. And that's like, it's set up to go to 550, but I just have to get it there.
What's stopping you?
ECU related things.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm choosing the hard route of doing it on my own with this factory ECU with the help of my buddy Jordan at RK Tunes. Instead of just buying like a Cobb tune, so I can, at least if I have a problem at the track, I can diagnose it.
Right. So I want to see the motor setup, if you can even see it.
You can see the exhaust.
I mean, that's cool, but let's start up here.
Yeah, my goofy little vent.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it looks good. I ruined it already. No, so the stock radiators are here and here. That's a very bad place on a drift car to have radiators.
For sure, especially someone like you.
Yeah, so we moved it to the center, and we were like, we've been just cutting this back and back and back to find the hole that we need, so that way we can make a vent for it.
Right.
But I've just been like finding the minimum, and this is the number. Like, so it runs very cool like this.
Stock hood, cut, punched out.
Yeah, and basically we'll do like a 3D printed duct in there, like a little D-Max vibe feel to it, but like smooth to match the body. But we've basically just done the same thing we do with everything. You know, circle track style radiator, dash 20 lines, the same brushless fan we use on everything, and then some just nice mounts here. So now it's within the frame rails, because that's a big thing with the crash.
What fan is that? Top secret?
No, it's a Dodge Charger police package fan, brushless.
You can just order that off the internet?
$200 from Dorman on the internet. Here tomorrow.
You heard it here first, folks. That's a hack right there.
That's a hack.
200 Johnnies?
$200.
That's crazy.
Soft start because it's brushless.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Thank you for putting me on game.
Yeah, no worries.
I appreciate you.
If you've seen the Taurus and the Lincoln Mark 8 fans,
I remember
this is the modern version of that.
Those were legendary fans. And they were $200 back in the day.
And these are $200. And it's brushless. And it's like 7,000 CFM.
Nuts.
Crazy. Yeah.
That's cool.
So don't judge my development.
No. Listen. There's no judgment here. You already poked at me for what I've been through this year.
He's like,
you know, like I'm a wounded dog right now. Just leave me alone. All right, Chelsea?
I feel you.
All right, let's go to the back. I want to see some exhaust, I guess.
Yeah. So the only part of the engine you can really see is through here. So we've got 3.5-inch Taycan exhaust up over the axle and through the back. So you kind of can see it here. If you want to service the engine, here, I'll pop this. You can't see it right now because it's covered. So if you want to service the engine from the top, this giant cover comes off, and you can access pretty much everything except the pulley system on the front. And if you tilt the seats forward, there's another panel just like this that allows you to pull that off to service it. But because it's mostly stock, the servicing level is pretty low so far. I haven't actually serviced anything besides oil change.
How many events have you done in this thing so far?
It's got 70 tires through it already.
Wow.
So it's pretty good. Yeah.
That's a good way to count the miles on your drift car.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because the harder you drive it, the more tire you use, so the more abusive it is.
I really like that.
So 70 tires.
I got about 7 tires in this year.
You're doing it to yourself now, dude. For real though. No, that's the thing though. Like my Fox body this year's been through like maybe 8 pairs total. That's it. Because it's like got little problems, and it's so light it lasts a while. But then at the same time, like this whole weekend, it was broken.
Yeah, I feel you.
I feel you.
Hey, look, I saw you go out after you said the thing happened.
Yeah, it worked, but it was just like I'm not trying to break anything,
right.
and I didn't have a spare engine. And I didn't feel like doing a spare engine at Hertlife.
I almost did, but anyway, does it ever feel weird putting your Pennzoil in the back here?
Yeah, it is weird. So basically, when you put your Pennzoil in here, you just pour it in this hole, and that's it.
While looking at that, I'm noticing something about your Beast Racing camber plates.
Oh, in the back.
Yeah, why?
You adjust camber there.
I've never seen rear camber plates.
It's a strut. So it's a strut in the rear too.
Right.
So when you want camber, you just adjust it at the top.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's very
so
cool.
It's not an arm. It's not an eccentric bolt or anything like that.
Nope,
it's
just
literally a camber plate.
Yeah, we have arms too underneath there.
Sure.
But basically, in order to get a Porsche, which comes with like multiple degrees of rear camber stock, to 0, you got to move everything.
So you need arms, camber plate, all of it.
Everything. And it
looks like
barely still gets to 0.
That's what I'm going to say. It looks like you're maxed out at a positive camber. And I mean,
and the arms are underneath as short as possible.
I saw your tire wear. You know, it's not maxed out. You still got a little bit of, you know, you can zero it out a little bit.
Nah, but it's good that
Now
way.
you like that?
Yeah. So what it is like on the big track on this, we run a lot of tire pressure. And then on the smaller track, we run low tire pressure. On low tire pressure, it wears perfect because it rolls the side of the tire over. But when you air it up, then it wears a little bit more of the inside.
Sure.
It's basically 0.25 negative camber.
He's talking about nerd science,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen. What goes on in here?
I don't even know sometimes. It's tragic sometimes.
It's pretty insane. Chelsea will go on a rant around me, and I just kind of walk away.
He's doing it right now. Yeah. He's a Homer Simpson into the bushes, dude.
This thing is it's pretty wicked, man. Like,
it's pretty good.
What inspired you? Because I mean, I've known you for a long time. One of the first times I ever saw you drift was at Orlando Speed World. It was like a gold Miata or a red Miata or something with a little flapper coming out of the hood. Yeah. I mean, you were a little baby. You know, we were all babies. Yeah. But you were riding the wall at that age, and I was like, nice, dude. You know?
You had some reliable cars back then.
Nah, don't start with me. Don't start with me, Chelsea. Please. Let's stay focused.
Yeah.
What inspired you to build?
For me, I feel like I was put on earth to teach people about drifting and grow drifting. I know that's like a weird thing, but like that's what I put a lot of my effort towards. And if I can give back anything to that, I feel like growing it is the most important part. And I feel like Porsche people love drifting. Everyone I've ever met with Porsches loves drifting, but they don't understand it, they don't really get it, and they have no way to activate.
Sure.
Because Porsche people are usually only Porsche people.
I mean, like, you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
I already know I'm going to lose you. So
what do you mean?
To the people.
No way. What? I showed them the track with a beat up Fox body, dirty Fox body, and then the Porsche.
You're that Porsche guy who's trying to relate to us.
Oh my God. Now I'm going to leave the conversation. No. So I wanted to bring in a lot of new people to this sport, and like, the amount of people and how much love we've gotten from the Porsche community with this car has been crazy. Like, I've got tons of people asking to buy the parts to build this car so that they can do it. And like, I don't want to say, oh, I want to bring a bunch of money into drifting, but I want to bring people that have good motorsports background into drifting to help grow it.
Sure.
I think that will help.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
So that's been my thing.
Bridging the gap.
You're bridging the gap. And I did it with the car that's kind of the bastard. Most people want the like 911, like, oh, you have a Cayman, that's stupid, blah, blah. And you're like, no, the Cayman's like better, honestly. Shots fired at the 911 people. But especially for drifting. So yeah, it's been cool. It's been a good process. And like, I wanted to build something cool. I want a championship in FD, and I wanted to keep, you know, like what I was doing relevant and fun. And I've always wanted to build one of these, so it was like, this is the time.
Right.
Like, I'm feeling it. We'll figure it out. We'll sort it, and we're doing it.
I mean, I love this too because, like you said, you won a championship in FD. You drove one of the most insane Formula Drift cars to ever exist, and you came out and you built something that doesn't represent that, and something that doesn't represent your typical background of drift cars either. You kind of just like, I want to do something to completely bridge the gap and blow all of our minds.
Yeah, and a new challenge. Like the reason I do drifting and I do that is because it's a challenge.
Keep
always
engaged.
Yeah, it keeps you going. Like that's it. I feel like I might be 70 years old at some point, but I will still feel young drifting because it's like constantly wrecking your brain. Your synapses are always going like this.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. What other parts make this thing move?
Yeah, so basically BC coilovers that are actually just off the shelf right now. Nothing special. We've been developing a good off the shelf setup for drifting so that they can be sold. And then we'll kind of develop a real motorsports program soon on that. We've got RK Tunes doing all the tuning. Obviously Pennzoil we were talking about earlier. They're a big part of me being able to step back from FD and move forward. We've got Nittos. We're on NTO1s on the front. The NTO5s on the rear, 275/40 and 235/40 in the front. You saw the Taycan stainless exhaust, all the SPL parts underneath for the rear arms, and we've got SLR billet upright for the front, which is like 65 degrees, all custom.
Yeah, that looks
bolt-on replacement for it. Really good steering feel, even with the electric rack. So that's been really good. The ragdoll turbo setup and fuel pump, because we want to turn the power up, and we've got the parts to do it. It's on me now.
It's on you.
It's on me now. Printhouse RS, obviously. They've got, they help us out with the livery.
Oh yeah, Nate Hamilton.
Nate Hamilton.
Yeah.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. They're always like, I'm like, yo, tomorrow I need this.
and they
deliver, dude.
Trust me.
The value of that is impeccable. So thank you for that. It's been an awesome build. A lot of people have helped me throughout it, and anybody that's had parts in it. We put a Comp 1 clutch in it. No one makes a clutch for this.
Yep.
We're the first people to upgrade a clutch in this, pretty much.
That's crazy.
And we put a twin disc in it. And I just dropped it off and picked it up with a twin disc, ready to go.
I just put a Comp 1 in my R32, and it's the twin disc. It's the most amazing. It feels insane how good.
Long engagement, super easy to drive. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've been missing out. Shout out Comp 1. That's amazing.
Right.
And I have the first production one too. So we're
we're bros. So this is the first one, and it's got about 20 tires on it. And this whole weekend, a fourth gear, slamming it through the carousel, beating the living crap out of it.
No issues.
And it's been great, and it's saving my gearbox with a little bit of cushion there on the dumps of clutch. So,
that's sick, man.
Yeah, man.
That's super sick. So what is the ultimate goal with this chassis? Like, do you want to compete in it, or is it just like?
I don't know. I think once we get more power in it and stuff, I can decide what we want to do. I think I've already decided this is the chassis I'd like to move forward with, like in general. So maybe this will stay simple, more Porsche oriented, and then maybe we'll build like something crazier if we want to do competition stuff.
Right.
I'm not like in a hurry to get back to compete all the time.
Sure.
Like I want to compete. I'm a competitive person, but also like having some time to just enjoy drifting and see it from the outside has been really, really big for me.
Yes, sir. I'm stoked for you, man. I know it was a big leap to jump out of that pool when you have a locked-in seat.
Yeah.
A locked-in seat.
Yeah.
You just won the belt, and you're like, all right, guys, I love you, but I'm gonna go chase my love, my real love, and that's huge, man.
It's tough.
I want everyone to know watching this, like how big of a challenge that is, and how hard it is to leave something secure.
You give me goosebumps.
Dude, it's. I just want people to understand the weight of it. Like,
it's heavy for sure.
It's not an easy thing to do. Your life depends on, drifting is our life.
Oh yeah, I could have kept cashing in checks and driving FD and showing up to a team and doing all that.
That's what I mean. You could have not won a championship in 5 more years, but you'd still have that seat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so like to take a jump like that is, I love and respect you so much.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that.
Just letting you know.
Likewise,
all right?
I've seen you make multiple big jumps as well, dude.
It doesn't go unnoticed. The drifting community appreciates you.
Thank you.
And yes, motherfuckers, I'm speaking for you, all right? We appreciate Chelsea Denofa, even when he's going to punch you for hood pins, all right?
I never punched nobody, dude. I was ready to throw hands, but I never did.
Oh, man, that was epic. This car.
You want to see the inside?
Yeah, I do, actually. I was going to get there. I'm just kind of like taken back, man.
Yeah, so very simple interior. Cage kits scanned everything.
Cage kits
fits everything. Obviously, Rob and all the dudes over there.
I'm so proud of him too.
Oh yeah, big moves for sure, which is really cool. I love bringing like people that I maybe couldn't work with over the last few years with my partnerships and the RTR program and all that, because they have a lot of things that are just sorted.
Sure.
And like, it doesn't make sense, but it made a lot of sense to work with a lot of my homies on this for sure. Yeah. So we have our Caros in here, full dash, still got cup holders, Navi, everything.
Still a Porsche.
Yeah, I wanted that
AC?
cup car vibe. Dude, it had AC till I did the radiator thing because it had 2 AC units or condensers.
Oh, on both sides too.
Dude,
So you
messy.
Yeah.
So maybe in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, very simple. Everything still works minus the AC. The dash bar is integrated into it. I still have a tilt column, so it's all in and underneath it.
Oh, nice. That's clean.
A lot of little modifications there. Porsche OEM fire extinguisher mount.
Is this thing registered in the streets?
It's not. I've got plenty of cars to get in way too much trouble with already. Yeah, when it's yellow, let it mellow. Slow down, dude.
Now that you have this, and now you're saying this is your chassis moving forward.
For a little while, yeah.
No more E46s?
I still drive that stuff because I have mad love for all those cars. They all have something that's so great about them. Like the Fox body is so great because of how much grip it has, how light it is, and how it's like kind of a low-cost Swiss Army knife.
Right.
And then the E36s, dude, there's no car in the world I can drive better than an E36. Like if you put me in an E36 and it's reliable and it has enough power and grip, it's over.
It's game over.
Because like I just know it, and I've just been building that for 20 years. But this is a pretty good car, dude.
I think one of the best parts of drifting is getting to experience multiple chassis.
Dude.
As cool as it is to have one reliable thing that you can use all the time, it's like traveling the world.
Yeah, it is.
It's literally like traveling the world, getting to experience different cars, different engine packages. And so I encourage everyone to step out of your box and
maybe
do something like this.
Maybe not this box.
Yeah.
There's much better options, but I wanted to build a current one in hopes that I could afford it because of my partners being so excited that I built a current car.
Yep. No.
They actually killed the Cayman now. This is the last gen.
That's crazy.
And I've ruined one.
That's crazy.
So this is going to be it. They're going to be like some electric hybrid thing from now moving forward.
Damn, so Porsche's not even going to call you.
Yeah, they got the deal. They know the deal. I won't go into detail. They're stoked on everything.
Oh, buddy, that's so cool to hear. Chelsea, man, I love you, dude. I'm stoked to see what you're doing.
Thank you.
I'm stoked to see what the future has in store for you.
I appreciate that.
And I hope that I am the first person to hit your door.
I hope you do. Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Appreciate you,
Thanks,
man.
bro.